When you're watching all these Olympic events, these incredible feats of athleticism can seem kind of normal. Each athlete is so incredible. I've always thought that they should have a regular human out there on the slalom, on the luge track, the curling sheet, someone like you and me, just to give perspective, how bumbling we would look next to the perfect and lightning fast and powerful athletes. I got to see freestyle aerials last month at the World Cup in Lake Placid, and no thanks, not even going to try. It's insane and dangerous. I did get to ask one skier what it's really like from her elite perspective. She tells us on today's Story of the Day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from the Wild Center in Tupper Lake, dedicated to strengthening visitors' connections to the natural world. More at wildcenter.org.
Hey, I'm David Sommerstein. It's Monday, February 16th. First up, a young woman from New Jersey died last week while hiking Mount Marcy in the Adirondack High Peaks. According to the DEC, the 21-year-old called for help around 3 p.m. on Thursday. She slipped off the trail near the summit and couldn't get back on it. Mount Marcy is the highest peak in New York State at an elevation of more than 5,300 feet. The trail to the summit is about 7.5 miles long. Forest rangers responded on snowmobile and a UTV. They also flew over the summit in a helicopter, but cloud cover prevented them from finding her. Nearly 7 hours after she called 911, rangers found the woman deceased. Weather prevented rangers from transporting her body off the mountain until Friday morning. In a statement, the DEC offered its condolences to her family. The controversial Tesla factory in Buffalo is finally meeting its job requirements. As Jimmy Vielkind reports for the New York Public News Network, the turnaround is quieting some company critics.
New York State spent $1 billion on Tesla's massive Riverbend factory in South Buffalo. Critics complain that the electric car maker and its billionaire owner, Elon Musk, spend only $1 a year to rent it. A new report says the factory is finally meeting its job requirements after several years of falling short. Hope Knight is the CEO of Empire State Development, a state agency. She said she's very happy about the report, despite the factory's checkered past.
2,000 families at Riverbend are being supported through the activity of this employer. It's the best that we can have happen at this time.
A Tesla executive says the company has a positive economic impact in the state. In Albany, I'm Jimmy Vielkind for the New York Public News Network.
Drivers in New York pay some of the highest car insurance rates in the nation. By some estimates, the bills average $4,000 a year per household and as much as $7,000 in some areas. Chris Bolt with the New York Public News Network reports on a lobbying effort to reduce fraud and price gouging to reduce those costs.
We get it. People here are saddened, angry, and frustrated with the bills.
Super Bowl watchers were tipped off to a new affordability movement.
Talking, of course, about New York's crushing car insurance bills.
Citizens for Affordable Rates, or CAR appropriately enough, used the high-profile ad to show how fraud is a chief contributor to the state's high rates. Spokesperson James Friedland describes how a number of people get paydays when accidents are staged, like this example.
Merging onto I-81, cutting in front of another driver, and then suddenly slamming on the brakes. And because of New York's no-fault system, that can lead to a quick insurance payout, even though the car crash was planned or staged.
He adds some lawyers and medical offices are in collusion, often billing multiple times. The added insurance payouts have contributed to double-digit car insurance rate increases in recent years. The group is working with Governor Kathy Hochul on a package of bills to go after fraud rings.
And it closes loopholes that let people collect big payouts, even if they were mostly at fault or breaking the law. By targeting fraud, we can lower insurance premiums. We can reward safe drivers and also return the excess insurance profits.
Friedland says residents will see more ads urging them to tell lawmakers to pass the bills. For the New York Public News Network, I'm Chris Bolt.
An Oneida woman from central New York is being honored on a new $1 coin. As Randy Gorman of the New York Public News Network reports, the release by the U.S. Mint is in recognition of her heroism during the Revolutionary War.
According to the Oneida Indian Nation, Polly Cooper is being honored for her efforts to bring supplies and food from her Oneida homelands in upstate New York to General George Washington's Continental Army troops at Valley Forge. That happened during the harsh winter of 1777 and 1778. The new coin depicts Polly Cooper as she shares a basket of corn with General Washington. Oneida Indian Nation Representative Ray Halbritter says this new $1 coin means a lot to members of the nation.
The recognition of this legacy and of Polly Cooper's contributions serves as a great source of pride for our people, as well as for all upstate New Yorkers and all Americans who strive to uphold these principles.
Halbritter notes that members of the Oneida Nation are also known as America's first allies, since they broke away from other Native American nations to side with American colonists in their battle for independence. And the Oneida leader says as the United States prepares to mark its 250th anniversary, it's fitting the U.S. celebrates Polly Cooper and the Oneida people's role as first allies to America. In Utica, Randy Gordman for the New York Public News Network.
Tomorrow in Italy, the Olympic freestyle aerial skiing competition gets underway. The athletes launch themselves up to 6 stories into the air, doing twists and flips, and then they have to stick the landing. Last month, Lake Placid hosted the final World Cup event before the Olympics, and so many skiers stayed in the Adirondacks, training for a couple weeks before heading to Italy, including 22-year-old Kira Dosa, who says Lake Placid is one of her favorite stops on the tour.
I love it. The town is so cute, and my family can come, my dog can come, and the jumps and the landing hill, it's perfect. And they do a really good job putting on an event.
Dosa is from Cleveland. She's a gymnast turned skier who made it to her first Olympics after only 3 years in the sport. We wanted to learn what this seemingly death-defying sport is like from the skier's perspective. So I asked Dosa to describe it from the moment she approaches the start at the top of the hill.
I like to have 3 key words that I say to myself before I go and visualize. We do a lot of arm visualization. So we'll go through that, tight, lean back, be patient, that stuff. And then, you're waiting for your coach to clear you. Your coach clears you and you take a deep breath and you turn your skis and just try to lock in on that jump. The most important thing is hitting a takeoff. So if you miss your takeoff, you're too far forward, you're too far back, it's really hard in the air to have control of your flip and your twist. So hitting a takeoff is really, really important. And, you could see the ground most of your flip and twist. So, you see the ground and then you just get ready for landing, and then you either land or you don't.
As you're flying through the air, you can see the ground.
Yes. On most tricks you can. When you get up to the triple and you're doing more twists and stuff, you see it between your twists. So every flip you do, you'll come and see it again. So you'll do a full, see the ground, do a full, see the ground again. So you'll see it between each rotation.
And then you land.
Yes, ideally.
Ideally.
Yeah.
And then what happens when you sort of get down to the end here?
For comp, you either, I don't know, you just wait for your score. I mean, sometimes you have an idea of your score, you can feel how good your jump was, but sometimes it's just a waiting game, and it's very anxious, and you're either going to be really pumped or really bummed. So it could really go any way, and it's in a span of 10 seconds when you turn your skis. It's really quick. Yeah.
Are you breathing heavy?
Honestly, down the in run, I think a lot of people take a breath, but once you squeeze coming into the jump, I think a lot of people hold their breath, and then they exhale when they land. That's what I do.
Kira Dosa is one of the freestyle aerial ski jumpers for Team USA in Italy. She spoke with me last month after she jumped in Lake Placid. The freestyle aerials competition for the Winter Games kicks off tomorrow in Livigno, Italy. Good luck, Kira. We have more news all the time on our website, ncpr.org. Music today by I Am Snow Angel of Lake Placid and Evan Veenstra of Gananoque, Ontario. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.